Hey, my little goofballs, we are doing some more demo work. Now, remember, a couple nights ago on the live stream, we kind of started messing with redoing the little Savannah area, kind of like the part you're looking at right there with the giraffes and the rhinos. And everybody was like, man, you're going to have to do something with the elephant yard because this is looking pretty pitiful compared to like this new big total refurb, like re-expansion of the Savannah area. And I'm like, yeah, that is absolutely right. And that is absolutely what I did. So I kind of sat here last night and really just tried to focus on just, refoliage, retheming, changed out the water. And I really wanted to make this more like when I was designing this habitat, I was thinking, how can we make it more like accessible to the guests? How can we bring the animals closer? Because that's what I say about Zoo Knoxville, that on some of their newer exhibits, like the Tiger Temple, like you can literally by only a piece of glass be face to face with a tiger, and you can see it with some of their older exhibits, like how far away you are from the animals. And I think with a lot of modern zoo design, a lot of it has to do with bringing you as close to the animals as possible. And that's why I think they did such a wonderful, like a absolutely smashing job with the Asian Trek area at Zoo Knoxville. I mean, it feels like those gibbons, it feels like you could reach out and high five them like as they're swinging by, like literally really, really close. And so it's funny, that's kind of what I'm trying to bring into my Planet Zoo design, just on a personal level, because that's the type of enclosures that I like the most. And I think it kind of emulates when you're playing games. Like even with Planet Zoo and some of the theme parks I built, I always tend to build on what I would like to see in a theme park. And same way with the zoo, like when people say, oh, Stan, where do you get your inspiration from? And a lot of times I just think of situations that I would like to be in or walk through or experience. And then of course, Google and Pinterest and stuff like that help. And, looking up like, just for lack of a better term, zoo concept art, something simple like that. But a lot of mine is it's really just derived from like imaginative situations. Like in my imagination, what would I like to see an elephant exhibit look like? And I know you guys, when we go into the real time, you're probably going to be like, yeah, no elephant exhibit on Earth would look like this, because all of those trees would be gone, all of those plants would be stomped, like they can't do it like this. And like I said, that's why I think it's up to imaginative interpretation. And it's so cool, like in this digital, kind of like this digital palette, this digital platform, you can go crazy and do fantasy and do what you would like to see, if, money was not an option. Because, like I said in the title, this would absolutely be like a multi-million dollar refurb, probably just with the rock work alone. But I just, I don't know, that's kind of how I approach this stuff. What would Dan like to see in a zoo? What would I like to explore and adventure on? And that's kind of what I do with a lot of, I know, people say like I'm high fantasy, and definitely absolutely truth behind that, but I would more so say I'm like high discovery, high adventure. Like I like the exhibits and the zoos and the theme parks I build to tell a story. That's why, I don't really move over to the really, really realism side of things too much, because I feel like even though, yes, you can flush out really, really cool stories on the realism side, I just feel like with the hyper fantasy side, I can get ideas out of my brain better than saying, well, wait a minute, none of this would be in here. I'm gonna have to dial this back because no way would a zoo have a budget for anything like this. And I just like, when I'm in these designing type games, my brain just does not work with those type of restrictions. So, you know, you will see a lot of over the top designs with me, but that's, like I said, that's just kind of what brings enjoyment. That's what brings me enjoyment playing these style of games, just kind of pushing that fantasy adventure development into envelope. And I don't know, it's just now every once in a while, like I said, I don't mind peeling back and really going super realistic. Remember, that's what Pine Creek started off as. I was really hot and heavy into the Bro Nation Discord back then, and I would just be in awe of what those guys would design. And that was really cool about the Bro Nation Discord to me. Like, I didn't think a lot of them would have any interest really in Planet Zoo, because that was really like a main focus theme park community, themed entertainment, creating worlds like that. But it was really cool to see nerds like Ruble Trillions and Ricey and all of them kind of make that Planet Zoo jump and not just kind of thumb their nose at it, you know. And Tivoli Zoo is one of my, I'm on Ruble Trillions. I've got his notifications turned on, so anytime one of those new episodes come out, I am on top of it, just because it's from such a different world than what I design in. I think that's what appeals to me so much, and I'm such a fan of it. But, you know, if you guys, that's kind of on the flip side of things. That's what I'm here for, to give you that little bit of fantasy fix here. If you're taking a break from the realistic side of things, your old buddy Estan can come in and go way over budget and way over the top. And it really kind of bringing ourselves back, and not digressing too much, bringing ourselves back to this exhibit. It also feels cool just to give these elephants such a more nicer home now than what they had came from. And kind of just getting all of this stuff set up for them and watching them explore all the new stuff. You know, for me, it's like just as fun, of course, watching the guests, kind of get in here and explore, but watching the animals explore the new stuff you put in and kind of wander around all over the exhibit. That is just really cool to me too, and made a bunch of different decisions here. Took stuff out, moved stuff. You'll see when I recorded about an hour of this, and then ended up I come back late that night, actually last night, and didn't record the last bit of doing the fencing and stuff on the other side of the exhibit. But I figure we'll jump in the real time here, and I'll show you like the whole new elephant area. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Ties in with the Savannah area over here with the giraffes and the rhinos, and I've got some zebra in there. I believe I've got some antelope. So we've got rhinos. Over here, we've got the elephants. So we've got the elephant yard, the Stokely Elephant Preserve here. We've got the southern white rhinos. We've got the giraffe. We've got the zebras. We've got the antelope, and we have moved out the lions. I want to do Pine Creek like a new lion area. I don't know where it's going to go yet. You'll also see in the real time, I brought in my Pizza Safari. Remember that I built for Lost Creek, and I put it on the workshop for you guys. If you got really was a smash hit on the workshop, so go pick that up if you need you a little kind of like an African safari inspired themed pizza restaurant. I've got that on there, and I've brought it in. I've removed Tamu Tamu and brought in the Mwanga guest house for now. I'll show you that as well. Just think it looks better. I'm going to find a place for Tamu Tamu, but just not like right where we had it. Probably the last time you guys saw the live stream, or that last speed build, we moved it, but it's cool. We're going to find a place for it. But this just whole entrance area when you're coming in, it just like, I don't know, I guess the biggest thing to me is I can't believe that I thought this looked good over a year ago. Like I was just like, I thought this elephant exhibit was, you know, I'm like, man, that Stokely Elephant Preserve, that is awesome. And then, you know, we come in now and I'm like, my gosh, these poor elephants. I had this looking like a dog turd. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead. We'll jump out of the time lapse here real quick and let's jump in and let me show you all what I've got done with this sanctuary. And I think you guys are really, really going to appreciate the whole new approach to the elephant area now. So hold on 1 second and we'll switch over. So here we go, guys. This is the newest little expansion. And does this not look so much better coming through here than the way I had it? Like I said, we've livened up their little exhibit, added a bunch more water features, got them some little mud baths, expanded their lagoon here. Got a really cool little lookout area from both sides. So, you know, you could be here looking out towards the African elephants, or I got these shades off the workshop too. I've used those for months and months now. Really, really love them. I can't remember who actually put those on there, but I just knew that I needed to get some shade over here because that's just way too much path with sun. And then you can look back that way as well. So that, I figured right here would be a pretty popular vein of pathway. And then of course we left the bridge. I brought in some of those bricks from the workshop. I believe Haribo put those on the workshop. So we've got the bridge up there, still good to go. But right through here, I used Phoenix's kind of like elephant roping fence, and then Simply Savannah's awesome little wooden peg fencing here, just to kind of keep that second barrier, you know, just to keep the people back. And then we continued it even over here on the other side of the path, even though the animals don't really spend a ton of time over here, but a lot of times the keepers will feed them right here, so they will come over to this side and mess around. And this tire, you can see the tire was over here. They've kind of pushed it and they've played with it right there as well. And then remember, their exhibit right here bumps up against still haven't totally completed this yet, but remember, this is your kind of like Savannah area over here with the little rhinos and the giraffes. And one of the pieces I love actually in the elephant yard, look at Leaf's big, massive, like almost, you know, what do they call them? Like the baobab trees, like a big dead one there. I think just fits perfect in there with the elephants. And I've got them a little water, like a little water curtain here, kind of going down into their lagoon. That one's taking a big poo. This one's eating. But this is just so much more lively now here and put together, you know, like a true African area. And then, of course, we got to get something figured out with the lions and maybe some chimpanzees. I got rid of the gorillas over here. Remember the entrance area I was telling you about? Remember, we're going to put the meerkats in here, but look at the guest house from Harambe. Doesn't that look awesome? Kind of sitting right here, kind of going down the pathway leading to the elephants. I just thought that was really, really cool. And then I've got to work on the path going over here into Pizzafari. But I think this sits right here really cool at the entrance as well. You know, kind of dip off back in here and grab you some pizza. So that leads into the African area. So we still, see, I've still got some room back here. Maybe put another little exhibit back there. And then of course we've got a bunch of room over here. And even if I have to push this tree line back to get like a really cool lion exhibit going, we can do that as well. But just really wanted to focus on the elephants and the kind of like our little hoof area over here. So really, really fun. Really fun to just jump back into Pine Creek and like just here goes one across the bridge. She's going to investigate. So fun to jump back into Pine Creek and just redesign for these guys, you know. It's been so long. We've learned so much. Really, we've come so far from those early, the early Pine Creek designs. So I think I just had a blast with this. Such a stinking fun build. We'll build more on stream too, but I just kind of wanted to jump in and kind of get this out of my system. And then of course, like I said, there are more African animals we need to design for, so we'll kind of get that going as well. But you know, just kind of doing it as inspiration strikes. And if you guys weren't here on the last episode, remember we brought in the Beaver Brothers restaurant. So I think that just fits really, really cool, kind of over here in the rest of the North American area. I gotta get rid of some of these staff. We got a lot of people wandering around right now. And then, of course, we have the proper beaver area now for the American beaver when you come into Pine Creek. So they're over here digging and playing around. So yeah, guys, anyways, just wanted to jump in and kind of give you an update of what was happening and just let you know we are definitely trying to match up the African elephant area with how we did this over here. So, and it looks even cool too because it looks like this waterfall, you know, comes down out of here and feeds through here, but it's almost like it's all connected, you know, like the water feature is just one big continuous water feature. I thought that was really cool. And just how we've kind of, you know, redesigned this with all the sight lines in mind and stuff, you know. Just a lot going on, a lot of animal activity you would experience up in here, up in this little area. This kind of, you know, the African area, you kind of make your way down off of this hill and it kind of follows the creek all the way from the Fender's Farm area. So it's quite a walk. There's a little bend in the creek. Fender's Farm. Of course, we've got little bridges that kind of span out and take you over towards the grizzly bears and the wolves and Beaver Brothers restaurant. And the zip line course. So yeah, we are we've got some fixing and some changing to do. But I think we're gonna have some fun. I think it's gonna be worth it. Still got the big lake over here. Not touching the lake. We're not gonna mess with the lake. This is gonna go though because I want to redo like a better river otter exhibit. So we'll figure something out with that. I'm thinking about getting rid of this bear exhibit, doing something else with that, and we may try to come up with some kind of moose design. I want to probably leave the bison in here just because that, I still like this. But remember, we got rid of all of the East Asia area, and we're going to do the mountain lions. We'll do something really cool back in there. That's just like prime real estate, ready for something cool, and maybe even be able to bend off out that way as well. Maybe expand Pine Creek a little. So, but anyways, guys, yep. I will jump on out of here. Don't forget to smash the like button if you end up enjoying this video. And let me know if you ended up enjoying this new elephant yard and all the theming we've done. And yes, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.